Hello, today we're going to create and talk about some of the benefits of multi-stage permissions in applications for recruiting using CodeBot. So the first thing we need to do is create the application field. To do that, we'll go to the recruiting workbook. In the applications tab, we're going to right-click to add a new row. We'll then just copy-paste the template description, and in the field ID, we'll name it cust_start location. And field label, we'll write out start location for offer. This could be a text field or a pick list. For ease of use, we'll just select text. Then we'll label it as required, custom, but everything else we can just leave as false. In the next divider, we need to fix these gaps in the cells. We'll do that by cutting and pasting the info into the blank areas. Then in the permission information, which is past this divider, all those permissions can be labeled as none. The permissions here will be associated within the requisition template, which we'll get to. So again, we're going to finish cleaning up the sheet, go to the process template, and set that first template to pending. So we'll run that execution and come back when we're done. Once you run the application part of it, then you go to the app status permission. We're going to do this in the long-term job requisition. You can do this in any rec template that you have. So what we've done already here is we've added the template name in column B, the app template name in column C. Then in column D, that field ID must match the application field we've just created, cust_start location. Now here we've received some feedback to keep the status order in numerical order instead of in alphabetical order as they appear in the workbook. We're working on that update. In this case, we're going to copy all the permissions from the start date app field label. So now we'll go back into CodeBot and start the configuration via the hamburger menu. These changes are to the requisition template, and here we'll select provisioning to. So now in the system, we'll go to the same requisition, same candidate, and same offer. And in the created step, our start location field is now available, and it is a required field. So again, when the candidate is in the interview status, the start location is not there. But once they reach offer, you are forced to enter a start location. Now we're going to show some of those benefits of the multi-stage permissioning from the candidate side. We're going to show two new application fields that are going to show to the candidate. We'll start by adding 3 new application fields. Just insert 3 rows, copy-paste the template name and template description. In the field ID, we'll title the first one instruction_offer sensitive info, and field label congrats on receiving an offer from our company. In order to become an employee, please complete the sensitive fields below. We'll add a description. Then required is false, custom is true, read only is false, public is true, anonymize is false, forward intact is false, and sensitive is false. Audience is external. Country we can leave as all, and visibility set to true. Because the coding for permissions is going to be on the app status permission, we can label all these permissions for all 3 fields as none. We'll then do a date of birth one and a cust_national ID, and we'll require both of these. We'll also anonymize these. Now back in CodeBot, we'll start the configuration. Select application template, and we'll do it through provisioning, but you can also do it through the instance. Okay, checking in later, the application fields were successful, so now we'll add them to the app status permissions. We can do that with some copy pasting with the field labels and IDs. We'll then go into the permissions for each status and give certain read and write permissions to the recruiter and candidate. But for most of these, we'll put the permissions as none. So now once we've finished working in the workbook, including setting the statuses to pending, back in CodeBot, we'll start the configuration, focusing the bot on the requisition template and provisioning. After the bot is finished, when we move the candidate into the offer status and view as the recruiter, you can see the national ID status is available. When we look at it from the candidate point of view, from an email they access their profile, then jobs applied. In job-specific information, you can see the date of birth that we added, and down at the bottom is the national ID required field. And now you can see we've showcased multi-stage functionality. At one status, the national ID is write permissions, and the next one, it is read permissions. That's it for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching.